Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my garden. It's the weekend. I have family here. I have my grandpups here, Kiwi and Koa. They are two Bernie Doodles and they are adorable. Little Kiwi is only 9 months old and I'm telling you, she absolutely loves her big brother. So she's so excited to be here. But let's get started. We have a lot to do in the garden and then I'm going to go off and we're going to go do some family things. So let's go. Hi, sweet girl. Kiwi, can you sit? Kiwi, sit, sit. Good girl. This is my grandpup. This is Kiwi. Can you shake? Hey, Kiwi. Say, I'm very excited in here. This is Kiwi. This is my grandpup, and her brother will be out here in just a minute. Hi, baby girl. They have had so much fun. Here comes Koa. This is her big brother. Koa, come here, buddy. You can come in. And Kiwi. Hi. Hi, Koa. You can come in here. They are so cute. I did just realize before I head out, we have got to harvest some okra because there is so much that is ready. So let's get this done. Look at this. I'm going to put the camera down in a minute, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that I can see so far. That is amazing. Look at these flowers. Oh my goodness, I love the okra flower. It has to be one of my favorite. If I could pick it and put it in a vase, I absolutely would. Oh, look at this one. How pretty is she? That is gorgeous. I am really excited because look at this. We have the start of little buds of my marigolds, and then I have the start of one right there. I believe I saw one here. Yes, right in there we have the start. I'm kind of thinking about running her like that a little bit. I think I'm going to clip it when I get back because a storm kind of blew her over last night, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, let me go get a clip. And let's try to get her clipped in place. Over here, everybody's doing really good. They're all settling into their new home really nicely, which is great. Look at this Swiss chard. That is gorgeous. Oh, and we have a little bud over here. Look at this, all of these. Little bud. And a little bud. Okay, I did really, really good. Heavy hitters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. That is going to go up really nicely in the freezer. Leo is like, I don't care what they're doing, Mama. We're going to have garden time. Okay. Let's get to planting. All right, first item for tonight. We are tucking in this little corner a cauliflower. That was one of our extras, but we've not really needed her because all of our other cauliflower is doing really good. But I don't want to get rid of her because she's so beautiful. Technically, she really should have been planted already, but you know, we're just gonna do what we can do and see how she does. So let's build this up to help prevent that dampening off. And that way she doesn't sit in water and she's a little bit more protected. So let's put some pine straw. Let me go grab some more pine straw. Okay, so we're in the back corner of my 4x8 bed and we have a golden acre, 2 golden acre cabbages. I did a lot of cabbage just because they're so pretty and they fill in a space so nicely. So I'm just going to try to plant as many as I have just because they're so pretty, and when you put flowers around them, I just think they're perfect. So let's get this. So I'm gonna go inside and write in my garden journal what I have learned this season, and one of the biggest takeaways, which is not necessarily that I learned it just this season, but that it really kicked in this season to show me, is that you need to make sure you plant way more than what you think you need. So you're planting enough for yourself, you're planting enough for the bugs to destroy, and you're planting enough to lose to something, so other than bugs. So if you think your bed needs 5 cabbages, you might as well go ahead and plant 10. And then if you don't need them, you can give them away, but it is so much better to be protected than to lose an item. So I'm gonna write that in my garden journal again and just remind myself of that, because that is one thing that has saved me this season, is that I planted so much just worrying about what if, and that what if plan B has definitely saved me. I can't believe that one cup had 3 cabbages in it. That's one thing I'm going to also write in my garden journal, is I need to be a little bit more careful next year, because I dropped a lot of seeds, but it's kind of playing to my favor, you know? Okay, those are done. Okay, gloves off, because we want to be super gentle. I find that I just cannot do well when I've got those gloves on. Trying to stuff this pine straw, I'm not delicate enough. Okay, and one more. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 items that we got planted. Let's put this one here. Okay, there we go. So we've got 4 planted. I'm going to fertilize those later with my bone meal, blood meal, alfalfa meal, and then for the flower, I will do my biotone. So we're good there. Okay, here's another cup that had 2. Again, I just seem to be heavy-handed with the seeds this year, but it's been playing to my favor. But I don't think I want to continue to do that. But let's... Hi, are you back? Can we talk about how cute you are? Say I am 9 months old, and I love my brother so much. Her big brother. Okay, I have my biotone, and then I'll run over there and put this with the straw flower. Can you hear the owl in the background? She is talking tonight. But we're going to go ahead and get this ready. And then I'll put my biotone in place. You know what? Part of me wants to take my glove off, because I know better, which I'm about to do that when I separate it. Alright, let's gently separate these. There we go. That's good. I'll just do my hand. It's late in the day. I'll be cleaning up for the day. We ran to go get some more soil to fill all of this in so they don't collapse. There we go. Now let's get some biotone around that. There we go. This one's done, and she's going to live right back here. Let me put some pine straw. Okay. We've got them nice and protected, and they're set. Last 2 items of the day. So far we've got 3 cabbages planted, 2 snapdragons, a straw flower, and we're going to plant these 2 straw flowers in this front bed. Okay, this one is complete. So we have 2 more. We replaced the one, and then we have another one just because we have the space. So let's get growing.
Good morning. Happy Monday. Today's the last day that my grandpups are here, so they are just having so much fun playing in the yard. But we're going to go take a look at the garden before we head out. Okay, everybody looks really good. The dogs are having so much fun playing in the garden, running around in the yard. Everything looks great, and it is very chilly. I think we are in the mid-50s this morning, which for us is very, very chilly. We are so close to these blooming. So close. They just need to... Those are the sugar and spice marigolds, and I'm just looking to hold on to them before the first frost. So I hope to get as many blooms as possible from them. Look at that. She's going to be taking off in no time. We've got Koa. Hi, Koa. Are you having fun? I have Leo. How are you? How are you? There they go. Okay, we are in the greenhouse and it feels so good. I'm not even changing clothes right now because I'm not doing anything that's going to really get dirty. She says that now. But we are going to be planting allium purple vibes. I picked these up from Lowe's, so just to kind of see how it went. I have lots of others that we'll be working on, that I'm testing several different things just to see how it goes. So before we do that, I did want to share this really quickly because the holidays are coming up. This is something I bought on my own, and oh my goodness, I can smell this and I'm ready to open it up and just munch on it. I'm going to be making lots of holiday little treats, from sourdough bread, from every different way you can possibly think of, to all different types of desserts and treats during this season, because I love to take a little bit for us and then I take the rest to my father-in-law and to my mom and my dad and any family members or my neighbors that want to have something yummy and a good treat. So this is from the Spice House. I always want to say the Spice World. The Spice House came in a box just like that, and I think these are such a great idea as a gift. These, like I said, I purchased this on my own. I do have it linked for you for easy access, but this is the everything but the bagel. But can we, well, first of all, they come in a little container like this, and can we talk about how pretty the jar is? So let's see if I can still do this. Can you see the lettering has almost a rose gold right there? And then the top, I have these in my pantry lining the door because I've already started to kind of collect them. And I think once you buy the jar, if you need a refill, you can like get it in a bag. I believe that you can do that so that you're not buying another jar. So I have the everything bagel. Can you imagine how good that's going to be on sourdough bread? And then they're definitely secure in there, vanilla bean sugar. I am so excited about this one because I have seen where some people have been sprinkling not this but a vanilla bean kind of sugar. I think Joanna just did it on the magnolia table on the farm, and you sprinkle this on your coffee. We're going to try that as well along with a sourdough bread. Then I picked up the maple sugar. That's going to make a delicious sourdough bread. 2 more and then we'll start planting, I promise. Okay, I'm really excited about this one. Coffee cake sugar with Intelligentsia Black Cat Espresso. It's like freshly baked coffee cake. This coffee sugar adds a hint of indulgence to your daily ritual. Can you imagine how good that's going to be? I'm going to try it on my coffee, and I'll try it in a dessert, and I'll try it in a sourdough. That's that one. And oh, this was my free gift. If you bought like a certain amount, we are already using the peppercorns in our pepper grinder. This is a telecherry peppercorn. It is so good. So that's what I got from the order that I placed today. And okay, we are coming back inside for a minute to get one item planted. I keep looking right here, making sure Leo's watching for his papa to pull up. And we're working on being trained and staying while the truck gets backed in. So I'm having to make sure that I can get out there. So let me get my gloves, because one thing that we're going to do today, I am so excited that, knock on wood, I was able to actually get my pansy seeds to sprout this year. And here they are. So I want to go ahead and get them in a planter. And I think this one will be just fine. So let's take this little guy off, and I have my little dish that I'm going to sit it in. I shared this before that I don't like to hold on to a lot of stuff, but with gardening you definitely need those little extra items. So we're going to cut a little bit of the screen netting
because when you have that little hole that's that big, you're going to lose so much soil. So I'm just going to put that right there. There we go. I always have a backup because I sit them down somewhere. We'll find it. And I'm kind of getting used to the fact when I start to see a lizard crawling in, it's okay. It's not going to hurt me. That's another thing gardening has taught me, is it's okay. I had so much fun this weekend with my grandpups here. They just had a blast with my 2 doodles, and it was just so much fun having the house filled with so much laughter and good food being cooked and just so much joy. I absolutely loved it. Loved it. Okay, so she is done. We'll get her kind of watered, and I'll add some biotone. And let me find the little tray that she's going to sit in. Don't think that this one will fit, will it? It will. It'll fit good enough. There we go. That's going to make me so happy. Okay, that makes me so happy. Look at there. Now I'll keep you updated on how she does, because she is 100% from seed. And I just know she's going to be the best little pansy that ever did live. All right, so one of the most important factors with planting these is your timing. They have to have a chill period. And so from my zone, which is zone 9A, we're gonna plant late October, early to mid-November, so that they have enough cool time before the spring. So our timing is perfect. The location, we have to have a sunny spot, and this gets a nice bit of sun, and it's perfect. It's gonna have to have at least 6 hours, and I already knew from watching this does. Alliums love the warmth once they do start growing, so this is gonna be perfect. So when it comes to the soil, they hate to have what they call wet feet. So we are going to loosen the soil about 8 to 10 inches deep. Now I said I was not going to get dirty, and that is our goal, and we'll see if I actually accomplish it, because I have dinner marinating and it's just a busy night, but I need to get this done because we've got a lot of stuff that's coming up. Ranunculus, tulips, we've got a lot of stuff that we're going to be working on. Okay, so we have put our fresh soil in here. That is going to be great. There was also a mixture of black cow compost, which is also going to be really healthy for it. We've loosened our soil for about 8 to 10 inches. We've mixed in good compost or aged manure nutrients, so we're good there. So I've studied this so much, and let me tell you what I have found is that when it comes to planting, we're going to go about 3 times the bulb's height. So that's going to be roughly 4 to 6 inches. We're going to space them 6 to 8 inches apart. So let's first get an idea. So I'm going to use this little piece right here as a marker. So if I go 6 inches, that's literally one right there. There is a seam right here, so that's another one, which I may put that right there. That's going to be right there. Then if we go another 6 inches, we're going to go there. If we go another 6 inches, we're going right here. So we're going to take and put this end down. So we're going to drop that right in there and make sure that she's sitting up. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and cover her up. Now I'm going to move over. That would have been the spot, but I'm going to go over just a little bit more. And I do like that the package gave you a little measuring tape on it. That was pretty neat. So let's go ahead and take all of these and kind of put them there. So we've got one here. We're putting one there. We're putting one there. We're putting one there. We're putting one here. And we're going to put one in the center. So that'll work. So remember to put that bottom straight down there, straight in the middle. Okay. Now, I'm immediately going to go write this in my garden journal so that I don't forget. Let's go clean our hands.
One thing that I should add is what makes this so pretty is when you just pack it full. And so I have marked in my garden journal how far out I planted the bulbs, and what I plan to do, I'm either going to go in with tulips in January or ixias, and I will fill in the spaces so I know where I did on the outer and I know where I put it in the center. So in between that will be more bulbs, and it is going to just be packed full and gorgeous.
We are finished with that, and we did not get dirty. I'm happy about that. Now I can go inside and cook dinner, which, by the way, we're having a chicken teriyaki bowl with fresh roasted vegetables, so that'll be real good. Let me just say before I end today is that I am in no way an expert gardener, nor do I even try to act as though I am one. What I am is someone that has had a passion for the garden just ignite in her. What has it been, over 2 years ago, and I'm wanting to continue to learn as much as I possibly can. But now I have a passion for flowers that I want to incorporate in my garden. I want the alliums, the ranunculus, the tulips, as many beautiful flowers, straw flowers, marigolds, zinnias, as many things as I can grow. And that just means you have to try, and you might fail, and you try again, and you study, and you learn, and you take notes, and that's what I'm doing. So I hope that I encourage you to do the same. So today we're going to go write this in our garden journal, and then tomorrow we will figure out what we're planning next, and I'll see you then. All right.
I'm coming in to check on my little pansy that I planted last night, and my little violets are all doing great. I think they enjoyed the fact that it's 56 degrees in here right now. That makes them happy. So I made my coffee this morning, and I am using the vanilla sugar that I shared with you yesterday, from the Spice Company, and it's just sprinkled on the top like you would do cinnamon. It is so good. I cannot wait to try it on sourdough, but everything's looking good in the garden. I am seeing that I've got to get back into the habit of spraying everything with BT. That's an organic item that you can use in the garden, anyone that might not know that. And we've got to, because I had one of my little items kind of eaten. It'll definitely rebound, but we need to be careful. So I'm gonna be sure to spray BT at night. I may even put a little DT around, just if anything's in the soil, to get rid of it. But that is Diatomaceous earth. It helps get rid of anything. It's almost like putting down broken shard glass that we would have to walk on. The slugs and worms that kind of crawl, those types of bugs, it would kind of hurt them, and they don't like it. So that's a good thing. So, okay, I'm gonna go enjoy this coffee and head out. So I will see you later tonight when we figure out what we're gonna do. You can see the damage that whatever got it did to it. It ate the leaves and tore that up. So it'll definitely rebound, but I've got to get out here and spray each night, and I'll put that other stuff down as well. So here's a sweet look at the sweet alyssum with their little flowers. I grew this one from seed, and I am so happy, and she's doing really good and starting to get her first little buds. And we have lettuce that's coming up. I need to go ahead and start a second batch. Actually, I may run some along that way. And I love seeing this. This was my first year to snip my snap, and you can see where I cut it right here, and it would have kept going straight and heavy, but you can see all these side shoots just taking off. So she's going to be beautiful and bushy instead of tall and heavy, which was a huge problem with my roselle. Okay, so I wanted to tell you and give you a little feedback. I've just made my coffee. I use my Ninja Luxe. I love this coffee machine. Just the whole process of making coffee I love. But I wanted to give you an update. So today I used the vanilla bean sugar. I shared this in the unboxing with you from the Spice House. And I did it this morning in my hot coffee, and I'm going to do it now in my iced coffee.
and I used the same creamer mixture. I love to either use the Trader Joe's, it's in there, the Trader Joe's brown sugar oat, or I will get the one at Target, which is the brown sugar oat milk. And so those two, I mean, they're the same thing, but they're absolutely delicious. So we're going to take this, and all I'm doing is literally just sprinkling on the top as if it was like cinnamon. The smell is amazing. It is amazing. And there actually is little flecks of vanilla bean in there, hence the name vanilla bean sugar. So in my hot coffee, all the little vanilla beans were on the top, just sprinkled throughout the coffee. It was so delicious. So let's see how this one is. Stir it up just a little. That is delicious. That is delicious. I'm going to be putting this on my coffee all the time, except tomorrow I'm going to try, let me grab it. I'm not even going to bother putting this in the spice cabinet because it's going to stay at the coffee station, but tomorrow I'm doing coffee cake with sugar, and it has the Intelligentista Black Cat Espresso, but when we smelt this yesterday, it honestly is a coffee cake in a bottle. It smells so good. So I'll try this one tomorrow and let you know. You'll probably see that in the next video, but I'll put those there. But this is fantastic. And I always think to myself, you just saved yourself for this size at least $6 or $7. So that is delicious. So, okay, headed out. See you tonight. Hi everybody, welcome to the greenhouse. It's Tuesday night, so I've got two tasks that I absolutely want to get done tonight. The first one, I want to get this pot planted so that I can put it with the other white pots in front of the greenhouse. I really like that look. And then throughout the yard, I have my brown pots, and I like that contrast. But in this one, I want to get planted. I thought it would be fun to do some snapdragons around the front, and I'm going to do one straw flower right in the back. So that should be good, and we'll see how those grow together. It's always an experiment to see how things do. And actually, don't have my measuring tape, but I would say this is definitely a 12-inch pot. Let me double check. All right, let's see. In this 12-inch pot, I should definitely have plenty of space for 2 snapdragons, and I am going with the cherry twist, and then 1 straw flower, and I'm going with the double mix. I remember what DM is now. Ooh, I might. Sorry, plane. I'm glad that plane went by because I just changed my mind. I am actually going to go with the 2 snapdragons in the front because they're a cherry twist. They're taller, vertical in structure, but they have reds and pinks. And this straw flower salmon is a shorter, rounder bloom, and it softens the contrast, so it's going to almost be like this. So I think that's going to be perfect. So we're going to plant our snapdragons. Now, I'm telling you, I've already written it in my garden journal, I was heavy-handed with the seeds this year. I need to be slower next season. I've already written that down. But I do have 3. I'm going to try to transplant all 3, but if I have to lose one, this little shorter guy is going to go. And then we'll plant our salmon in the front. So let's go do this. need to go ahead and put the other two salmon straw flowers. So they are really stuck together. I'm going to leave them together, and I would rather cut one after the fact than lose them both. I am going to go ahead and plant 2 snapdragons in this pot. That way this whole little corner will be done. That's not staying here, so I'm going to move that in just a second. And I'm also going to harvest this roselle because we are going to put it up, and this weekend I'm going to try my hand at some roselle jelly. So we'll harvest this, we'll move that planter. That'll give us another planter for all of our bulbs. My one thing is, I don't know what this is. It kind of just grew on its own. It's kind of a volunteer. I don't remember ever growing anything like that, but I think I'm just going to leave it and see what happens. And then I'll plant my 2 snapdragons right up front. So here is one thing. I can promise you with my channel, I am never ever going to make gardening look like it is super easy and that anybody can do it. Because what's going to happen is you're going to try it, and when you fail at something, you're going to think, oh, it's me. I don't have a green thumb, or I'm not a good gardener. I have plenty of struggles, and they are very frustrating. But I also have a lot of wins, and that's what I have to remember. But right now I have a bit of a struggle. I have 2 snapdragons in this bed of snapdragons that are doing fantastic, that are really struggling. Can you see this? What I think I've done is I've overwatered, and they just couldn't handle it. The stem does not have any dampening off. And I'm going to go get my little probe that measures the soil water level. Now, I have not watered in a good day and a half because it rained, and then also I started thinking I was overwatering. Let me go get my probe. Okay, I have this little probe that gives the pH. I'm going to check my pH. I'm running kind of high, so I'm going to put some soil acidifier in here. I'm running at about a 7.2, and that's too high. But let me check to see how I'm doing with my water. Normal, dry, 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 but now normal. With that said, normal is a little higher. When I go lower, it's dry. With that said, I stopped watering when I thought that I was watering too much. Part of me doesn't want to pull these and see if they can bounce back. But then look at this. Is this really going to bounce back? Maybe we just do this as an experiment. Let's test it, but that could be it. So we don't have dampening off, and it doesn't look like we have any other disease, but we could also have had transplant shock. That could absolutely be it. Let's just see if she settles down some. Maybe she will. I'll check back in a couple of days and share that with you. Let's go plant some more. I hope that, I heard somebody say, I can't remember who it was, but they said a weed is just a flower that's in the wrong location. I don't think that's a weed, but it is pretty. We'll see what happens, but we're going to go ahead and plant this one because I have seen some pretty weeds before, so I have to say that's pretty true. All right, we are planting, oh goodness, that's going to be gorgeous, Madam Butterfly. So it's a snapdragon, and it's Madam Butterfly. And Madam Butterfly. So let's put her. Alright, let's add a little biotone. A little more pine straw. For our final task of the night, I'm going to harvest some of this roselle. See if I can put my basket right there without hurting my new little plants. So I need at least 8 to be able to make a small amount of the jelly. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Scissors would be good. This will be much better. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I can get more, that just means I get to make more jelly, so that'll be great. 6, 7. All right, I have one more right here, so we have 1. Okay, let's see how many we ended up getting. I have some stuff to put up, so I've just kind of sat here so I can get organized, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17. So we should be able to definitely make some jelly. This is roselle. So this is what it looks like. And you take that little pod out, and then you take this, and I'll follow the recipe, but we'll end up making a jelly. Some people make a tea. Some people wash this and eat it right off the plant. It's supposed to have like a very tart, I have tasted it. It has a very tart flavor. I did not like the tea. To me, the tea was very earthy. I'm hoping I like the jelly. So we'll definitely see, and I'll share that in a future video. But we have enough. But thank you so much for being here today. And for this week, I absolutely loved sharing with you. We've got lots planted, we've got bulbs started, we've got a lot more to come, and I have got recipes coming from the garden, a complete garden to table recipe that you're going to absolutely love, several of them. So I can't wait to share those with you. But leave a comment. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on how the garden is progressing. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're planting anything. I want to know who my gardeners are. Or are you just here to live through gardening through me? You know, have your garden through me. So I can't wait to hear, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.